Welcome to the English for You 2 channel.
Welcome back to our English Conversation podcast. I'm Anna, and today I have James with me.
Hi, Anna. Hi, everyone. I'm really happy to be here. We've got a pretty interesting topic today, right?
Absolutely. We're talking about something that affects almost everyone nowadays: how to balance work and personal life in this busy modern world. Do you think it's possible, James?
That's a tough question. I think it's possible, but you really have to set clear boundaries and make some difficult choices sometimes. For example, I've started turning off my work emails after p.m. so I can spend quality time with my family.
That's a great idea. I try to do that too, but sometimes it's not so easy. I work from home, and I often feel like work and personal life blend together. Do you work from home as well?
Yes, I do. At first, I loved the flexibility, but after a while, I realized I was always on. I'd check messages at midnight and answer emails on weekends. It started to affect my health and motivation.
That sounds familiar. What helped you change your habits? Did you create a routine for yourself?
Yes, routine was key for me. I made a daily schedule and set specific times for work and for breaks. I also tried to make time for outdoor activities, like going for a walk or doing yoga. Even a quick break outside makes a difference.
Definitely. It's so easy to forget to move when you work at a desk all day. Honestly, I sometimes find myself working for hours and forgetting to drink water or eat lunch.
Me too. Now, I have reminders to stand up, stretch, and even just breathe deeply once an hour. These small habits really help my productivity and my mood.
Let's talk about the impact of technology. Do you feel that technology makes it easier or harder to balance life and work?
It's a double-edged sword, isn't it? On one hand, we can work from anywhere, communicate quickly, and solve problems fast. On the other hand, it's hard to switch off. Sometimes I feel like I'm never actually done with work.
I totally agree. Social media is another distraction. I try to limit my time, but it's easy to lose track. How do you deal with distractions like that?
I actually use apps that block social media during working hours. I also have a rule to answer personal messages only during lunch break, but it's not always perfect. Sometimes I fail and start scrolling for no reason.
At least you're aware. I think self-awareness is the first step to change. What's your favorite way to unwind after a busy week?
I love spending time outdoors, especially going hiking or biking. Sometimes, I simply read a good book with a cup of tea. If the weather is nice, I'll meet friends for coffee or visit a local museum.
That sounds amazing. I also enjoy meeting friends, but lately, I've been into painting. It relaxes me and takes my mind off work completely. Do you have any creative hobbies?
Actually, I play the guitar. Music helps me express myself. I'm not a professional, but it's a big part of my life and helps me recharge after long days.
Music is powerful, isn't it? Sometimes a favorite song is all you need to feel better. Let's talk about challenges. What's the biggest challenge you've faced in finding a good work-life balance?
The biggest challenge for me is saying no. I like to help colleagues, but sometimes I take on too much. I had to learn that it's okay to set limits and take care of myself too.
That's so true. Saying yes to everything can be exhausting. I've learned to prioritize what really matters and delegate tasks when I can.
Do you have any advice for people struggling with this balance, Anna?
My advice is be kind to yourself and realistic with your goals. Start with small changes, celebrate progress, and remember that rest is important. Working nonstop doesn't mean being productive or happy.
I couldn't agree more. Also, talk to your friends and family. Sometimes we forget we have a support system. Sharing your feelings helps a lot.
I was thinking, James, about mental health. It's a topic that's becoming less taboo now, thank goodness. Do you think talking about work stress helps reduce it?
Absolutely. For a long time, people didn't want to talk about feeling stressed or anxious at work. Now, I see more companies promoting open conversations. When my boss started having weekly check-ins, it helped the whole team to open up.
That's great. I read somewhere that simply sharing how you feel can make the feelings less intense. I try to do that with my friends, even if it feels a little uncomfortable at first.
I agree. Sometimes just saying I'm struggling or I need a break can be a relief. And it helps to know you're not alone.
Social expectations are another factor, right? There's always this pressure to do more, always be productive.
Exactly. Social media can make it seem like everyone's always working, learning something new, or achieving major goals while you're just trying to get through the day.
That's so real. Comparing ourselves to others can make us feel like we're falling behind. I try to remind myself that everyone has their own pace.
Same here. I unfollowed a lot of productivity gurus because I realized their routines were unrealistic for me. Instead, I focus on slow, steady progress.
A great tip. Speaking of routines, have you ever tried working in a different environment just for a change? Like going to a cafe or a co-working space?
Yes, sometimes a small change of scenery is refreshing. I like working in parks when the weather is nice. It makes me more creative and relaxed. How about you?
I haven't tried that much yet, but I want to. I usually stay at home. Maybe next week, I can take my laptop to a cafe and see how it goes.
Give it a try. You might find it easier to focus, especially if you're surrounded by others who are working too.
On the topic of learning, do you try to keep learning new things outside of work? Or do you prefer fully disconnecting and just relaxing?
A bit of both. I enjoy reading about topics that aren't related to my job like astronomy or history. Learning for fun helps me relax my mind. And sometimes I even discover things that help me at work, unexpectedly.
I love that. I recently started an online cooking class. It has nothing to do with my job, but it makes cooking dinner more exciting.
That's awesome. Taking up a fun class or hobby can totally recharge your energy. I've been thinking about learning a language, actually.
Go for it! I'm sure you'll do great. Sometimes we don't realize how a new hobby or interest can give us a new perspective on life.
True. So, Anna, to wrap up this part, if you could give listeners one practical tip to balance work, learning, and rest, what would it be?
Schedule your rest just like you schedule your meetings. Don't feel guilty for protecting your free time, it's essential for your health and happiness.
Perfect advice. And remember, it's okay not to have everything under control all the time. Be patient with yourself. Finding balance is a journey, not a destination.
That's such a good reminder. Thank you, James. And thank you to everyone listening today.
Thanks, Anna. Take care, everyone, and don't forget to share your work-life balance tips in the comments.
Questions to listeners. What is one habit that helps you balance your work and personal life? What challenges do you face when trying to disconnect from work? Tell us in the comments, what new hobby or routine changed your life recently?